Hey folks, it's Kerry with 401k Dexter's here. Headed home from running and buying some birthday presents for my wife. And thought I'd put this video together real quick. Here not too long ago I had a video that took off, and I think it's got over 100,000, 120,000 views on it. And it were the 3 things that I don't do anymore since I retired. One of those things was looking at our 401k balances anymore. In that video I mentioned that pre-retirement, leading up to when I pulled the plug and got out of the workforce back in September, I was constantly looking at my 401k balances, seeing what the market was doing and paying attention. And really, since I retired, I haven't really opened the accounts and looked. I know that we were sitting right at a 60-40 stock to bonds ratio in our portfolio. Really, the stocks that we have are in 2 main large cap and small cap indices, total market funds. So although I really never looked at the account balances in my head, and was able to tell over time how much those were growing. I pay attention to the stock market, but I really didn't sit down and open the accounts in my Fidelity account, daily or weekly like I did before pre-retirement. But because the market has done so well, I did something that I told myself I wasn't going to do, and went in and looked at the 2 funds, and they've performed phenomenally. The past 12-month performance on one of the funds was 32%, and the last 12 months performance on the other was 29.6 or something like that. So let's just say 30% growth in both of those accounts. And because of that, I just got the feeling that I probably needed to reallocate and push some money over into the stable value fund. So I went in and pulled $120,000 out of the market and put it in the stable value fund, which increased the number of years spending expenses in the stable value account higher than it was. So the way that I looked at the 60-40 was the 40% number represented X number of years of living expenses. And then the stocks, well, that was just in, like I said, large cap and small caps. But just given the fact that we've had a good run in the market, 30% returns, the average is somewhere, I think, in the 6.5% to 7% range. That's 5 years worth of earnings in the last year. So while I really don't try to time the market, it just made sense to me right now, given where we are with the last 12-month gains, to pull a little off the table and go back to a little bit safer allocation. It didn't mess up my 60-40 up too much, given the fact that the gains over the last 6 months in the stocks have outperformed that stable value. But the stable value has a nice little return, and it kicks in daily, just a little bit of money that grows that account. So not something that I would recommend or advise anybody else to do. But again, retirement's such a personal experience. Your plan has to be different than anybody else's. So I got to a point where the performance of the market has been so good, and keeping the mindset that in retirement we want to retain wealth as opposed to constantly try to grow wealth, I went in and made that change. So while I haven't really been peeking at my account a lot, I did see what the market was doing, saw that the performance was pushing 30%, and shifted some funds around. So it'll help me sleep better at night. And if the market does a pullback here in the next, couple of months, or next 6 months, or the rest of the year, then it'll give me an opportunity to buy a little cheaper, maybe push some money back over into the S&P and the large caps and the small caps, and maybe get a little bit better deal. All right, just thought I'd share with you guys kind of finances and pushing and pulling resources around in retirement. You guys have a good one. 401k Dexter's out.